Picture this. You blow out the candles on your 80th birthday cake. Applause, laughter, hugs, and then silence. Now what? Do you think turning 80 is the beginning of the end? Nothing could be further from the truth. Today I'm revealing the truth that few dare to say. When you turn 80, 10 surprising changes happen that can make you stronger, freer, and more authentic than ever. If you want to transform every year into power, joy, and vitality, hit that subscribe button right now. Here, we don't talk about resignation. We talk about living each stage with purpose and dignity. After this video, your view of aging will change forever. Stay with me and discover what science and the real-life experience of thousands of seniors reveal about how your body, mind, and purpose are transformed at 80. And most importantly, how to turn these changes into your greatest allies to live with dignity, strength, and joy. Comment the word vitality if you want to reach 80 or beyond with renewed energy and enthusiasm. 10 changes, a new life. Stay and discover the real secret of turning 80. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm here to give you clarity and real strategies to navigate the 10 inevitable changes that come with this stage of life. In the next few minutes, you'll discover what truly happens to your energy, your sleep, and your memory. Yes, they change, but not how you think. How your social, emotional, and spiritual world transforms. What happens to your senses, your creativity, your freedom, and your deepest sense of purpose. All backed by real-life stories, science, and authentic experiences. Here on this channel, age isn't a sentence. It's your new strength. Are you ready to find out how this decade could become the most authentic and powerful of your life? Then stay with me, because what comes next could be the biggest turning point in your personal story. When the world says, "You're done," but life answers, "You're just getting started." Let me tell you about Martha. She just turned 80. She was always the strong one in her family, the one who took care of everything. But when this new decade arrived, suddenly the people around her started treating her as fragile, invisible, or less capable. That made her feel isolated and scared of losing her independence. One day, tired of feeling limited, Martha asked herself, "Is my story really over at 80? But she refused to settle. She started observing and writing down every change. She noticed she slept differently, food tasted strange, and sometimes she'd forget names. But for the first time in years, she also felt less afraid to speak her mind, more curious to learn something new, and a renewed desire to live for herself. The result? Today, Martha says, when I stopped trying to live up to everyone else's expectations, I discovered my best chapter was just beginning. Her secret wasn't to ignore the changes, but to understand them and use them to her advantage. That's exactly what you'll learn here. It's not about turning back time, but moving forward with courage and wisdom. Have you ever felt the world wants to put you in a box because of your age? Think, what part of you is still alive, waiting to come out, even if others don't see it? Change number 1. Your energy and sleep stop following the old rules. At 80, your energy becomes a completely new map. You might find yourself waking up before sunrise with the first birdsong, and by 8 at night, your body is ready for bed. This isn't weakness, it's your biology rewriting the script. Why does this happen? Your biological clock, or circadian rhythm, naturally shifts earlier as you age. Melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep, starts releasing sooner in the evening. That's why most older adults feel sleepy earlier and wake up at dawn, even without an alarm. Sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. There are more micro-awakenings at night, and less time spent in deep, restorative sleep. But here's the key. This is normal and doesn't necessarily mean you have insomnia or poor health, as long as you feel functional during the day. Many people fight this change. They try to stay up late to feel young, or get frustrated for not sleeping through the night. The result? More exhaustion, less vitality. The secret is to change your mindset. Do the most important things early. Your mind is sharpest in the morning. Use this time to read, walk, socialize, or run errands. Allow yourself a short nap after lunch. 15 to 30 minutes can recharge you without ruining your nighttime sleep. Don't punish yourself if you wake up at night. Read something light, listen to soft music, or practice deep breathing. Avoid screens and bright lights an hour before bed. Blue light from phones or TVs blocks melatonin production. Keep a regular sleep routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time helps your brain create a stable pattern, even if you don't sleep straight through. Fun fact: many of the world's centenarians say their secret is listening to their body and never forcing it to follow someone else's schedule. When was the last time you noticed when your energy truly peaks? Maybe the secret to a full life after 80 is to stop fighting the clock and learn to dance with it. Change number 2. Your social life and tribe are transformed. At 80, your social circle is reinvented, sometimes by choice, sometimes by force. It's no longer about how many people surround you, but about who truly remains when life changes. It's normal for some friendships to fade, maybe because of distance, health, or simply because life moves on. This kind of loss hurts, and not enough people talk about it, because you're not just losing company, you're saying goodbye to shared stories. But here's the magic. Some relationships become much deeper and more meaningful. New people may come into your life who connect with you on a real level, often because they're experiencing the same stage. You stop wasting energy on shallow relationships or pretending. There's no more patience for empty gatherings or fitting in. You discover that one honest conversation, an unexpected visit, or even a kind message from a stranger can bring more joy than a whole day surrounded by people who don't really get you. Some even find unexpected comfort in the kindness of strangers or in small gestures. Asking for help and receiving it without shame is now part of your new tribe. The real challenge and lesson is letting go without guilt, accepting that some people have simply finished their chapter in your life, and it's okay to thank them and make space for new connections, or just enjoy your own company. Solitude isn't a punishment if you choose it and fill it with meaning. Now is the best time to honor those few deep connections and finally let go of what just weighs you down. Who could you thank today for truly being present in your life? Sometimes a phone call, a letter, or a sincere thank you can change someone's day, and yours too. Change number 3. Your relationship with time is reinvented. After 80, time stops being a race and becomes a silent, powerful ally. The days may feel shorter, but every moment becomes richer and more meaningful, as if life itself gains a deeper weight. You no longer live to please others or chase after outside expectations that only drained you. You learn to say no without guilt and invest your energy in what truly nourishes you. Unnecessary obligations fall away, and priorities become crystal clear. Many people, at this age, discover the freedom to shape their days however they want. It might be spending an entire hour reading with no rush, taking a walk in the sun, tending to plants, listening to favorite music, or simply sitting quietly and watching life go by. For the first time, you feel you can truly choose how to spend your minutes, and discover that the joy of doing nothing is actually a deep form of presence and gratitude. The fear of wasting time disappears, replaced by the joy of living intentionally, choosing each moment with purpose. Urgency no longer controls you. Now, what matters is you and what gives your life meaning. Sometimes, for those who always took care of everyone else, the biggest revolution is finally learning to give yourself time, without guilt. If you knew every day counted double, how would you spend it today? Maybe the best choice is to stop running and live by your own rules, savoring each moment as a one-o-vacant gift. Change number 4. Your mind and memory are transformed. At 80, your mind shifts pace. Maybe you forget names, appointments, or recent details. It can feel frustrating. But here's the twist. At the same time, your brain becomes an expert at connecting memories, experiences, and deep wisdom. As one British writer said when she turned 80, "Sometimes I reread a book for the second or third time and enjoy it as if it's brand new, because I no longer remember the ending. It's an unexpected gift." You may not memorize as quickly, but you see patterns, recognize intentions, and distinguish what matters from what doesn't. It's as if your mind stopped being a hard drive for collecting facts and turned into a living library of life lessons, with intuition as your best guide. What truly matters isn't remembering every detail, but knowing which experiences help you make better decisions. Many people find that their intuition sharpens. You can sense what's coming, read people beyond their words, or find solutions to problems because you've seen something similar before. It's also common for older memories to become more vivid. Stories from the past come back and can be a source of inspiration, comfort, and teaching for others. Have you noticed new mental strengths, even as you forget small details? Maybe real memory is what helps us understand the present and live with the eyes of a wise person. Change number 5. Your emotions and resilience grow stronger. At 80, your emotions don't fade, they evolve and mature with you. You become more sensitive to small things. A scent, a song, a flower, or a grandchild's hug can move you to tears. It's as if life itself is filtered through a finer, more honest lens. At the same time, you develop an unexpected emotional strength. Losses and changes can hurt, yes, and sometimes grief is silent. The absence of friends, saying goodbye to routines, or a body that doesn't respond the same. But your ability to rise up, adapt, and find beauty even in the storm grows like never before. You know pain isn't forever, sadness passes too, and every experience adds to your story. Now, you don't react impulsively or let fleeting emotions sweep you away. You reflect, filter, and choose your battles. You prioritize peace, forgiveness, and self-care. Resilience becomes your invisible shield. You know you can overcome hard times because you've done it before. Every emotional scar is proof of your ability to adapt, and of your power to keep going, even when life gets tough. Have you noticed that you feel and process life differently now? Maybe your greatest strength is having learned to ride the emotional waves without losing your calm or hope. Change number 6. Your sense of purpose and legacy shine brighter. After 80, your sense of purpose is naturally and powerfully redefined. It's no longer just about meeting outside goals, but about leaving an authentic, positive mark on those around you. Many people feel a deep calling to share experiences, pass on values, or simply be an example of resilience, kindness, and humanity for their children, grandchildren, friends, or even strangers. Sometimes, there's an unexpected urge to start something new. Writing memoirs, teaching others, helping in the community, creating art, or simply listening to those who need a wise word. Legacy is no longer about what you own or what you achieved at work. It's about the invisible impact you leave in others' hearts. A kind phrase, a story told at just the right moment, or a look of understanding can be more powerful than any material inheritance. And if you've ever felt that your story no longer matters, remember, for new generations, your life experiences can be inspiration, comfort, and guidance. Have you asked yourself lately what kind of mark you want to leave? Maybe the greatest legacy is daring to share your life, listening with empathy, and sowing kindness in every encounter, no matter how small it seems. Change number 7. Your freedom and authenticity are unleashed. At 80, many of the masks and shoulds you used to carry simply dissolve, almost without you noticing. You finally allow yourself to be you, without fear of what others think and without the need to follow social or family rules that no longer fit you. You start saying what you mean, dressing how you like, and choosing what genuinely brings you joy. For many, this stage brings a kind of quiet rebellion. You stop asking permission to exist and instead defend your right to be authentic. As one 82-year-old woman shared, "Now I say what I think, sometimes with a little mischief. If they don't like it, they don't have to listen." It's the pleasure of breaking routines just because you can, trying new things without fear of looking silly, and living according to your values, even if they're different from before. Freedom is no longer just about physical mobility. It's about choosing who you see, what you do, and how you spend your days. Authenticity becomes the greatest gift. You find that being yourself inspires others and brings you a peace and joy you may never have felt before. In what parts of your life do you truly allow yourself to be authentic now? Maybe this is the perfect time to celebrate the freedom of being, with no excuses, no masks, and let your true self shine. Change number 8. Your sensory perception is redefined. By the time you reach 80, your senses may change. Your sight may become more selective, your hearing more sensitive to certain sounds, and your taste and smell more subtle, or sometimes simply different from what you remember. But instead of being just a loss, many people discover a whole new way of experiencing the world. More intimate, slower, and deeper. A simple taste, the smell of fresh bread, a ripe fruit, coffee in the morning, can unlock distant memories and transport you back to childhood. An old melody might move you to tears or bring back the energy of your best years. Even silence, once feared, can now feel like a warm embrace, a space for calm and reflection. At this age, life invites you to rediscover beauty in the small things. The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the scent of a flower, the softness of a blanket, the sound of the wind. Many find joy in looking at photos, noticing details in nature, or simply closing their eyes and listening to their own heartbeat. Your senses, even if they're different, help you connect with the present and savor life in a more conscious, unhurried, and grateful way. Simplicity becomes luxury, the ordinary, a miracle. Which of your senses brings you the most pleasure, memories, or emotions today? Maybe discovering magic in simplicity is the true secret to enjoying this stage to the fullest. Change number 9. Your creativity and curiosity are reborn. At 80, many people think the time for learning or creating is over. But the truth is often the opposite. Curiosity and the urge to explore can ignite like never before. Suddenly, you feel free to experiment without fear of looking silly, without pressure to be the best, and without the need to impress anyone. Some people discover new passions: writing memoirs, painting pictures, cooking up original recipes, learning music, studying a language, diving into forgotten topics, or simply asking themselves different questions about life. Others choose to explore technology, even at 80, signing up for online classes, making video calls, or creating digital photo albums for the family. Creativity isn't just about art, it's the ability to see the world with fresh eyes and find clever solutions to everyday challenges. Reorganizing your home, planting a garden, changing your routine, or even reinventing your relationships. This stage can give you permission to experiment, play, and let yourself be surprised. No one is judging you, and if they are, so what? The important thing is to enjoy the process, even if the outcome isn't perfect. Is there something new you've always wanted to try, but never dared? Maybe today is the perfect moment to awaken that spark of curiosity, and discover that the ability to create and learn never grows old. Change number 10. Your spirituality and connection deepen. After 80, your relationship with the spiritual, the transcendent, and the unseen often transforms in unexpected ways. Some people find renewed faith, others make peace with old beliefs, and many discover a new way to connect with nature, with silence, with mystery, or with the sacred, often outside of traditional rituals. You might feel a different kind of peace by accepting what you cannot control and a deeper gratitude for each day lived, even for the little things. For many, spirituality doesn't necessarily mean religion. Sometimes it's the feeling of belonging to something greater, the cycle of life, the love of your family, the beauty of the world, or simply breathing and being present. Some find comfort in meditating, praying, walking barefoot in the garden, caring for a plant, gazing at the night sky, or sharing quiet moments with a loved one. Spiritual connection can be as simple as giving thanks before sleep or looking back on life with compassion, without regret. This stage invites you to open up to new ways of feeling, giving thanks and transcending, accepting life as it comes and discovering the sacred in the everyday. Do you feel your connection to what matters most has changed in recent years? Maybe this is the perfect time to discover new forms of peace, gratitude, and a sense of transcendence. Remember, even though this video gives you valuable tools and advice, nothing replaces a specialist's opinion. If you notice any changes in your body, mood, or energy, or if you simply have a concern, don't ignore it. Preventive medicine and regular checkups are key to living this stage with peace of mind and security. Don't self-diagnose or rely only on what you find on the internet. Your health deserves attention, professional care, and lots of self-love. Taking care of yourself is an act of dignity and courage. Do it for you and for those who love you. Reaching 80 isn't the end. It's truly the beginning of your authenticity, freedom, and vitality. You've discovered that the changes at this stage don't take away your value. They prepare you to live with more awareness, joy, and strength than ever before. If anything you heard today resonated with you, if you saw yourself in these stories or felt inspired, I invite you to comment the word vitality below. That's your sign that you're choosing to keep growing, learning, and enjoying every day, no matter your age. And if you want to take the next step for your health and energy, I highly recommend downloading my ebook, Keto Made Easy, the 28-day step-by-step plan for beginners. It's designed especially for seniors, helping you enjoy delicious food, boost your vitality, and support your mind and body at any age. You'll find the link in the description and in the top comment. Subscribe to this channel for more tools for living a full and joyful life. Share this video with someone who needs it, and remember, vitality doesn't end with age. It truly begins when you decide to live with intention. Thank you for being here. Your best decade is still waiting to be written.